Hey, how's it going? I am often told by Jehovah's Witnesses that they don't view the Watchtower literature on the same level that they do the Bible. However, I'd like to point out to you from your own literature that you may believe that, but your own organization doesn't agree with you. I'd like to read to you from a 1964 Watchtower. It's the September 15th issue. In the bound volume, it's page 574, and this is a brother Reamer who is speaking here, telling his story. And he tells the story of two people and how they view the Watchtower. The first one is a wrong view of the Watchtower magazine, and the second view is the proper view, the commendable view of the Watchtower magazine. Here's what he says, and it's under the subtitle, Appreciation for the Truth. Not all persons I have known in the organization have maintained their appreciation for the truth. To illustrate this, I want to mention an experience I had while in pilgrim service. I was in Philadelphia at the time, and after I had given a talk, an elective elder who claimed to be a brother came up to me and said, "Brother Reamer, I got my Watchtower this morning. The only reason I read that Watchtower is to find out what you fellows in Brooklyn are trying to pull over on us." That was the spirit of some of the elective elders. They were causing splits in the congregation and in the work. Now, of course, this is the bad way to view the Watchtower. This is the wrong view to have of the literature that your organization puts out. But listen carefully to the right view. And remember that you belong to an organization that believes that saluting the flag is a form of worship. The mere simple salute of a flag is a form of worship. Listen to the proper view that you should have of the Watchtower and the literature they produce. He goes on to say, in contrast to the attitude of these elective elders was that of an elderly couple with whom I stayed with on the outskirts of Richmond, Virginia. The brother went down to get the mail before breakfast, and when he had breakfast, he said, "Brother Reamer, I got a new Watchtower this morning, and do you know what the first thing that Ma and I do when we get that tower? We kneel down before we take the wrapper off and ask Jehovah to make us worthy to see what the message is that Jehovah has for us." Seems to me that this man is kneeling down before an unopened Watchtower magazine. That seems to me like a lot more than a study aid. It almost seems to me that he's worshiping the Watchtower magazine and expecting God to speak through it. The article goes on to say, now before we take the wrapper off, will you kneel down and pray with us? How different that elective elder was from this humble couple who appreciated Jehovah's organization. Now, if you're a Jehovah's Witness, is that the view that you have of the literature that you get? When you receive your Watchtower magazine, do you kneel down before it and do you pray that God would make you worthy to see what Jehovah is saying to you in that magazine? Do you believe that God is speaking through the Watchtower? Because your organization does. Something to think about.